Welcome into the Super Awesome Podcast, where we talk about the Super Awesome Acolyte, except it's not super awesome. I am Dog Sidious, and I am
I'm
here with
keeping in all that shit.
Captain. This show fucking sucks, and
Yeah,
Darth
that's
Bread.
me. I'm not talking about this. I'm not talking about super awesome. I'm talking about the acolyte sucking shit.
Hey,
Come on.
If anybody out there genuinely thinks this show is great, then I don't like you as a person.
I'm sure it's got redeeming qualities.
No.
Well, here we are. We've
Final
made it.
episode
Episode 8, the
of the
finale,
acolyte. Yeah.
the underwhelming finale.
Yeah. The
What what
finale
what,
where
what are we thinking?
well, it's the longest episode we've seen. And a lot like some of the other episodes, there's not much sustenance, not substance, whatever you want to call it. If this was sustenance, is this the only show you could eat? I'd just kill myself.
Um, I said it to you guys before we started recording. I've never watched something that can like drip feed you story while also like simultaneously sprinting. like the pacing is we're just average Joes, and the pacing is very noticeable. For I don't know if it's as noticeable to you guys, but it's pretty not good.
The show just sucks. Like the story is not good. And Ocean and May are like the least likable fucking characters ever. Like I don't like who gives a shit about Osha or May. They killed the only character probably anybody gives a fuck about. And then tarnish his name. And like kill
Completely
him
throw him under the bus.
and then like blame him for everything because that green bitch is probably bad as well or something. But we don't really uncover anything about her. Only thing we uncover is that oh shit, she used to be the master. The
Come here.
bad guy, the Asian guy, was her Padawan or something at one point. So we do learn that at the very fucking end. By the way, watch
This is
this whole
pretty.
episode of Ocean May being like really dramatic in each other's faces, like oh my god, like the whole fucking time. And then Osha's like, oh, I'm bad now. I can just kill people all of a sudden, and we can force erase memories. Where the fuck did that power come from? And then the whole thing is shit. It sucks.
He covered
Again,
some big lines, but do you want to just jump right in?
Yeah, just go for it. Who gives a shit?
just you know, reemphasize that we do not know a lot of the lore. So I'm sure there might be lore things there that we're not too familiar with.
Well, I'm not talking about lore. I'm just talking about Ocean Mace. Their characters are awful.
Well, I'm talking about like the mind erase power and whatnot.
Oh, sure. I'm just
But
saying
either
we've
way,
never seen that before. It's just a real convenient power to have.
yeah, real Men in Black.
Yeah.
But we start out. OSHA's still wearing the helmet from episode 6 because 7 was a flashback, as we called.
Mhm.
OSHA has the helmet on, but things go wrong. Cormier has to save her. She says she has a vision of May killing Soul without a weapon. They leave to find them and being watched by our apparent Sith master, Darth Plagueis. May escapes Soul and flees to Brindok via escape pod and crashes on the planet. Vernestra gathers some Jedi Knights together to go to Brindok. Back on Brindok, everyone is looking for May. Sol and Cormier meet up and have an awesome fight, all the while Osha and May meet up and have a not so awesome fight. Sol has the upper hand and May swoops in to steal his saber, lets him um lets him go to confess his crimes. Sol tells all that Osha and May are the same person, not twins. Osha hears his confession of killing their mother, kills Sol with the force choke, Vader style, and bleeds onto her kyber crystal, turning the lightsaber red.
Yeah.
Um, I think that's in Jedi Survivor, right?
Yeah, that's a thing.
Yeah. Vernester shows up late, finds dead Soul. Osha and May love each other again, and Osha agrees to train with Quamir as his acolyte if he lets May go and then proceeds to erase her mind via force mind erase. Vernestra blames
True.
everything on Soul back on Coruscant, throws him under the bus. Quamir is, well, we find out that Quamir is essentially Vernestra's old apprentice. And then at the very end, probably, perhaps the best part of the show, we see Yoda for
Yeah.
2 seconds.
See a glimpse of Yoda.
And
That's
that
it.
was the finale.
Well, I want to take it from the top, like when she's escaping from Seoul, and they do the old. At least this is like the one thing consistent in this show. Apparently, you can fly in from outer space, crash land, and have nothing happen to your ship. No explosion, nothing. You just slide.
You just survive. And she's good at that.
Osha.
Or was that
Or that
May?
was
Or that
May.
was
Yeah.
that was, or yeah, whichever one. They're both real good at not dying and out of orbit crashes into a planet.
Well, yeah, we were watching that, and Rhea said, "Wouldn't that blow up?" And I was like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
probably."
Like I said, it's consistent. They do it in like the first episode.
My whole
So,
thing, what I'm confused with, okay, Ocean and May are the same thing.
Kamikula.
Yeah, they're like, so what the fuck does the uh Quimir, what does he fucking need OSHA for at all? If May's the fucking literally the exact same. Why would you need one or the other? It like makes one of the other character like pointless.
I don't have an answer.
I don't know. Maybe it's again something lore related, and he needs an acolyte for
I'm just
some
saying,
reason.
the two halves thing is just the more the show's gone on, the dumber that has been. And also just the fact that May's like, I'm an evil bitch. But no, I'm not. I'm nice again. Oh, I'm evil. Oh, I'm nice. And Osha's like consistently like, oh, I'm not gonna be bad. Until I hear about my evil witch mom getting killed by Soul. Now I'm just going to murder him
Yeah,
right in
there's
front of me.
really no
Like,
discussion
yeah, she's
that
just like, I'm
happens.
gonna kill you now. Like, okay. I did like that Soul bested Quamir
Queer.
or whatever. He could have killed him twice, and then he hesitated. So it's all Soul's fault.
It's a cool fight, though. Again, fight choreography is best part of the show.
Their
What a
fight was
little
cool.
That remains consistent.
The Asia fucking OSHA May fight was fucking stupid looking.
It was very goofy looking,
Yeah.
at least to me.
But what about when they cross legs and then it cuts to the cross lightsabers?
That was quite the transition.
Yeah. It was a little crouching tiger hidden dragon esque matrix esque their fight scene. It was pretty cool, a little silly at parts. Certain slow mos were a little silly, but overall it was solid. I think the fight choreography in this show throughout the whole thing is significantly better than the sequel movies trilogy. Thoughts?
I can agree.
I don't think they're super comparable because those are three shitty movies and this is one shitty show.
I just think the fighting in the sequels is like kind of clunky.
It's clunky, but at least there's more of it. This show has like what, three fight scenes or whatever in 8 Star Wars episodes
Something like that.
or some, there's like a little bit in the beginning. Then there's the one episode that's pretty much only fighting. And then there's a little bit in this episode. I don't know. Show sucks.
Yeah.
For everybody out there, if you wanted to know.
So
And also, what's the fucking deal with the little rat guy? Weasel
yeah,
man?
that character
Basil or whatever.
He's gone from like mild, extremely mild comic relief to Jar Jar Binks to me. And
Well, no,
a
he
few
fucked
short
over
episodes.
Soul's he fucked over Soul's ship. He like yanked some wires out and
Yeah, I don't
wrecked
understand
him. I'm
what
like, what the fuck was that
Yeah,
about?
there's no
I
point
don't
for
understand the
that.
motive for like half of what goes on these characters. I don't know what the fuck they're actually trying to achieve.
So I'm like, is the fucking that rat? Is he a dick? Is he bad? Like, what the fuck?
I don't
I don't
know.
know. And then Ocean's droid turns on her, squirts her in the face.
Gives her
I
that
mentioned
What's
that
gives
that
her that
about?
fucking robot jizz.
I mentioned that to Serena when we were watching it. I was like, how the fuck does May just know how to use her personal little pocket droid
Well,
just
she
all of a
reset it.
sudden? Ugh,
She
stupid.
did do that.
Um, so fast forward to so they they do all the killing. The Jedi show up or whatever, and they they meet at that tree. So I did have a question about that.
That
Do
tree, the yellow tree.
Yeah, the yellow tree from the third boring episode. Um,
Yeah,
do you think that that is the actual like virgins? Like, do you think maybe they were hatched or conceived by that tree, that glowing tree?
I don't fucking know.
That's a interesting theory. I could see that being a thing. It's a place that means a lot to them, even though the place that means a lot to them is a place where they would torture butterflies with the force. 'Cause that's what they were doing when we first came across them in that area.
Yeah, well, May
But
was doing it,
but yeah, that's a good theory. I could see it being possible.
and then the whole fuck, well, I had it over here somewhere. Just the motive switch. Like, why did May all of a sudden she's like Osha becomes? I mean, I guess Osha's kind of like low key been the main character, but she's just like, all right, I finally found you. I'll sacrifice everything for you now. The
Yeah,
flip flopping, I just have no fucking idea what I think May specifically. I have no idea, no grasp of what she's trying to get. But then also, correct me if I'm wrong, but like, why couldn't they all three fucking go? Like, they had Soul ship. I feel like they could have squeezed into Quamir's ship. Like, why did she have to do any of that?
yeah. Why does May's memory have to be erased and all that shit? Like, what's the point of any of it?
I guess to serve the plot for future events.
And Osha's over here like, I fucking hate you. I can't control my emotions because of my disdain for you. But now I'll just train with this guy because whatever. Well, I will say, Soul was definitely onto something when he's like, we should check out these witch bitches. Something fishy's going on. And then turns out like 20 years later, one of their creations is like joining up with the dark side. So like Soul had the right hunch to be like, I don't think everything's good over here.
It's almost like Soul's their best and most interesting character.
Yeah. Too bad he's
Would
fucking
be
dead.
would be a shame if anything happened to him.
Yeah. Fuck. Like there's even if okay they do that little Yoda teaser, but I'm like you got rid of the only character that I gave even the slightest fuck about. I don't give a fuck if you tease Yoda. I know you're not going to show Yoda for like the fucking whole show.
That brings
Like
me to my next question. Do you think the Yoda and honestly the Plagueis little teaser is that pure studio desperation?
no, I think they probably were planning to do something like that.
Yeah, I'm
Like it
sure it's
had
been written
like
down for a while. Yeah.
yeah, that had to be like part of it, but they didn't utilize it worth a fuck. You know what I mean? Like let's wait till the very end and give you like a slight glimpse of a couple things that people have been wanting to see. Because that's what this show's been like the whole time. It's like, oh, maybe something cool will happen. Nope. Oh,
Or find
maybe
out
this.
next time?
Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 years from now, when the season two comes out, if there
Yeah.
is a season two. But so in Revenge of the Sith, Palpatine tells Anakin about the Darth Plagueis story, and it
Yeah.
turns out that Palpatine was the apprentice that killed Plagueis, right?
Yeah.
So is I'm guessing Osha and May, since they were created like just they were created. Life was created with the Force. I'm guessing this is where Darth Plagueis learns how to do that to give life.
Maybe.
At least that's my. I mean, I don't know anything, but that's what the implication is, right?
Yeah.
Does this show in any way, shape, or form have give you any interest in reading about the backstory of Plagueis? Because I don't really know much about him either.
Uh, I mean, I've read a Star Wars book before, but it was about Qui-Gon, like Adventures of Qui-Gon Jinn and
That
Obi-Wan
sounds like a
Kenobi.
good book. That
Yeah,
sounds like a
I was in
great
like
book.
elementary school, and it was entertaining. I can't remember shit about it, uh, but yeah, learning about the old Sith and stuff like that, that'd be kind of cool. I wish they would just
So
make a show about that instead of this.
here's my stance on that. It's like I like Star Wars and all of like all the movies and I mean except for the last three, but Rogue One, all those movies, great. But I'm like not super enough into it to dive deeper. And also, it feels like I don't know, like One Piece that has like thousands of episodes or like over 1,000 episodes or something like that. I feel like I'm just so far behind and I don't want to. It's daunting to try to like learn about it
Yeah, that's fair.
moving forward.
That's how I feel about game franchises. You're like, go ahead, play God of War. I'm like, it's too far gone.
It doesn't matter with this in that case specifically.
And it does matter.
It does not matter. It's like it's whole new game.
Yeah, but I don't know any of the story and
Have I
stuff.
led you wrong? With except for the
With movies, yeah.
Triple X movie.
Can we talk about Vernestra? Green
Bernestra.
Green lady?
Yeah, Green Whore.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
No, she
Um,
sucks. And she's ugly.
That's not nice.
everybody's beautiful in their own way.
That's
Except
just
if you're ugly as fuck.
people say. So what do you think? So obviously she's an asshole. But what do you think her motive is?
Don't know. Obviously, she's covering something up. She doesn't want whatever to find out, the Senate or whoever, the council. She doesn't want them to find out that she because when she shows up to the planet, she's like, "Oh, he's still alive." So she's the reason that there's a bad guy out there because there hasn't been Sith in so long or whatever. And she's covering up something. She's like the responsible one. She's the reason why the Sith is back because she fucked up in training. What's his
That
nuts?
that's a good point. And also, she doesn't want the Jedi to be. I don't know. The guy said something about the Senate like taking over. They're like a power unchecked, and they need to be
Yeah, that
brought
black
down a
guy.
notch.
He's
So that's
like,
another reason why she would make up the story about Soul.
yeah, he's like, I think the Jedi have too much unchecked power, and
Which is fair.
he wants to like review the whole Jedi Council and shit. And she's trying to keep everything on the down low.
I just want to know like why she would like I don't know. I just feel like if it's just like an audit, essentially, like that'd be pretty fucking lame. If
I
that's
don't
like
know.
the whole backstory to it, like I feel like there's got to be something a little deeper than
Well,
that.
that's what I'm saying. She's hiding something. She probably knows that she's the reason that this Sith people are popping back up. I don't know. I hope she gets killed.
Yeah, I feel like they did just enough to like tease season two that I feel like, and this is a problem with the show in general. I think like season two already looks more interesting than all of this season. Like it's like
Yeah.
I think that's a bit of a yikes, and it doesn't bode well.
Yeah. Don't get your hopes up for anything, especially when it comes to this show.
Which brings me to my final question. Will you be watching season two?
Let's let the fans decide. All right, Rocco and our other listener.
We got somebody in Germany.
Yeah. Whenever if and when the Acolyte season 2 comes out, should we watch it and talk about it? I mean, knowing myself, I'll probably watch it just to see if it's as shitty as the first one anyway.
Yeah.
I'm interested enough to find out what's happening there, but I'm not going to be like overly excited.
No, not especially not the way
No
this
reason
one
to be.
ended.
So Butters, I'll end my. This will be my final thought. Butters, I was talking to him the other day, and he was bringing up a theory that Hollywood in general is creating like rage bait shows where they're not putting a lot of thought into making good stories and good characters, not well developed characters, making them fucking bland, and their identity is their personality. A lot of shit like that to create a lot of rage, and thus getting people to watch and complain about it because any publicity is good publicity. Do you think that there is any truth to that, or is it just
No,
nonsense?
no, I don't think people would like you because it's not just one person doing it. It'd be different if it was like a couple of people like, oh, let's make it shitty. No, a whole lot of fucking time, effort, money, uh, you know, a lot of stuff goes into making any kind of anything that's going to be on, a TV show or a movie. I don't think people would put in that much effort to intentionally make something shitty. I think it just is shitty.
I just love a good conspiracy theory.
I don't know. I think it would take. I don't know if you're going to put that much effort into making something shitty, you would probably accidentally make something good. You know what I mean? It would be like it would work the opposite way or something. But I think what's happening is that people aren't. I don't know. Just not a good story.
Yeah.
I think this show could have had some potential if writing was just better.
There
That's what
were
I'm saying.
multiple times in the show where I'm like, we are so close to something decent in this episode. Damn. Like there's so many times that happens where it's like they got a good idea, but it's like I feel like it just needs to be like revised a couple more times. I don't know. Like before they were just like, yep, send it. Like I don't know. The whole season or episode 3 and episode what, 7 flashback episodes, those could have been done
Hmm.
in one episode. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I didn't
Uh,
need two sides of the same boring ass story. That's just me though.
I also just don't think the Osha May lady. I don't think she's a good actress, whatever. She's very mediocre.
I don't like Vernestra as an actress at all.
I don't like her either.
Yeah, no, she just rubs you the wrong way.
If her goal is to make us hate her, which it kind of
I think
seems like it is,
I think that
but she
might
did
be
a
it.
great job.
Yeah.
Literally talking to Ash while she's doom scrolling on her phone. I'm like, I fucking hate her. And Ash is like, why? And I'm like, I don't know. Just look at her fucking face.
Yeah, her face sucks.
Uh,
Well,
all right. Well,
I
yeah,
think we
that'll.
can rate the show now that we've completed the season.
The Acolyte season 1, because there might be a second one. Super awesome ratings. Let's not even say super awesome. Let's give it a rating because
Yeah.
it's not super awesome.
With yeah, I would say that
Fuck.
Soul, very good.
Soul gets a super awesome rating.
Soul super awesome 9.6 out of 10. I think his
I wouldn't give him
performance,
that high. Damn.
he carried everything that he was happening in the show. He's the only one worth watching. So by default, by fucking thriving through the bullshit, good on him. Solid. The only thing worth watching in the show outside of I think
I
I've
think, but
said
the
it in other
show,
episodes, Quamir is like the actor, I think is doing a good job with what he's presented. I think he could be a really cool bad guy. I don't think it's working in this show, unfortunately.
I'm saying
Show gets a
Soul,
4
he
out of
can't get a
10.
9 because he's brought down so much by the show itself.
I'm giving him weighted scores because of just everything. He's carrying the whole damn show on his back, and what does he get for it?
He gets raped or killed, whatever,
Precisely.
and blamed. He gets blamed for all the shit. He was a rogue Jedi and his selfish acts and blah blah blah. I'm like, I hope that green lady gets fucked up.
I give it a 4.
That might be one of the reasons to watch if there is a second season. Just hopefully that lady gets fucked, murked,
Darth Bread.
and Ocean May. I hope they get killed too. They suck. I hate them so much.
Everybody just die except for Yoda.
Yeah, Yoda. I mean, we all know he's gonna live, so who cares about that? He's fine.
Anyway, Soul, one of my favorite parts of the show, if not the favorite part of the show. I give him a solid 8.9 because, I'll stay away from a 9. 8.9.
Give him like a 9.6.
Pussy. Y'all
Quamir,
are scared.
grew on me as the show went on. I thought he was a pretty cool Sith guy, Darth Slipknot. Um, I like his half chub lightsaber that he whips out.
Dude, I hate how thick his lightsaber handle is. You ever notice that?
Yeah, it's got a lot of girth.
Yeah, it's like he's holding
Hey,
a
man.
fucking.
Some people like that.
I don't even know. It looks like it's like to the thickness of like a telephone pole. That's his lightsaber swinging around.
Yeah, I'm not used
I
to.
think it's a cool lightsaber design.
I think the lightsaber itself is cool, but why is it so thick? Like the fact that it breaks off and has a little knife saber. That's kind of cool. But why is it
half
like a
chub
tree trunk?
saber.
Half trub saber. Yeah, sure. That's whatever you want to call it. He's got his regular saber and his midget saber.
Half chub saber. But Quamir grew on me as the show went on. Liked him a lot. Osha and May, I could really care less. Or I'm sorry, I could really
Could you?
not care less.
I couldn't give a fuck about them.
Yeah, I was not interested in their story just the entire time. I liked how they made it real obvious to let you know which one was which, with one wearing black and one wearing white. So I appreciated that. But yeah, overall show, I give it 5.5 out of 10.
Well, I'll be.
All right. My rating of the Acolyte. Star Wars, the Acolyte. The show sucks. I don't know.
Oh, all right.
Like
Yeah.
Soul makes you want to, you're like, okay, maybe he can save it. And then, they end up just taking a shit all over Soul at the end of the day. And yeah, the story's just really lacking. The fucking main characters in Ocean May, there's nothing I could care about them. Like, I don't give a shit that their mom got killed and they're witches and they're bad and blah blah blah. Like, I don't give a shit about them at all. Like, the Kumir guy is interesting, Soul is interesting. What's going on with the green chick is a little interesting because she's so easy to hate.
Mm-hmm.
But the two people were well, the one chick, whatever, that we're focusing on the most, I don't give a shit. It's just, like and this show almost like dares you to like it. It's like this show like wants you to not like it. I don't know. Which goes to like your conspiracy of like, are they trying to make it bad? I'm like, no, I don't think they're trying to make it bad. I just think the show just is bad. And it's hard to like the fucking main character. Um, I don't know. This show as a whole, I give it a. What'd you give it, a 4?
Solid 4. I could
5?
give it. I could raise it to like a 4.5 for action sequences. I did forget to mention that. 4.5.
The little action sequences that we did have aren't that bad. Some of them are actually pretty decent, but I'd say overall I'd give it a 4 as well because there are some decent fights. There's a couple, but other than that, so you got some decent fights. You got Soul. Other than that, yeah, I give it a 4. Really low score because it's fucking not good.
All right. Well,
That's all I got to say about that.
I guess that'll do it for this episode of the super awesome podcast, our final episode of the Acolyte, unless you guys tell us we have to do the second season, which
Yeah.
will make us a little upset.
Give us some fucking input. Anybody?
Yes,
anything.
please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, review, share with your pals. Damn it. Anybody, and then have them share. Spread us like AIDS. All right. That's all. Bye. Are you gonna end the recording?